Welcome to another exciting episode of Kevjet, the podcast. I'm thrilled to introduce this week's guest, the incredibly talented frontwoman of the esteemed band, Jess and the Bandits.
I'm a singer-songwriter. I'm based in Texas, but my band is Jess and the Bandits, and we've always been international.
Jessica Clemmons is an accomplished singer, songwriter, and performer who has captivated audiences worldwide with her soulful voice and magnetic stage presence. With her band, Jess and the Bandits, she has released chart-topping albums and has shared stages with renowned musicians, solidifying their status as one of the most promising acts in the industry.
I'm at the point in my career, I've proven myself to be a songwriter.
Throughout her career, Jessica has consistently demonstrated her ability to effortlessly merge genres, creating a unique sound that combines elements of country, rock, and pop. Her songs resonate with listeners on a deeply emotional level, and she fearlessly delves into personal experiences and stories, showcasing her vulnerability and strength.
Yes, Kev calls me Jeff.
Jeff and the Bandits.
Yes, yeah. It's appropriate.
It is. It works. Aside from her musical journey, Jessica is also an advocate for her body positivity and self-acceptance. She uses her platform to inspire and empower individuals, encouraging them to embrace their true selves while promoting inclusivity and diversity in the entertainment industry.
Jason Aldean, Reba, and Michael Bublé. And then after it was over, we would all drunkenly record a song.
In our upcoming podcast episode, we will delve into Jessica's artistic process, her experiences as a frontwoman, and the challenges she has overcome on her path to success. Her insights and perspectives promise to be both insightful and inspiring, making the episode a must-listen for musicians, music enthusiasts, and fans alike.
You want me to tell the story?
Yeah, I want to hear it. I think the listeners want to hear this.
Listen.
Your favorite songwriter?
I'm going to have to go with Dolly Parton.
Ooh.
Because I Will Always Love You. I mean, come on. To kind of start over in a way. And in one sense, it is really annoying. All of these years of really, really hard work, and I had all this momentum.
We are truly honored to have Jessica Clemmons as our next podcast guest. Welcome, Jessica Clemmons, to this week's podcast. Hello, Jessica.
Hello, Kev.
Sounds funny to call you Jessica. I think you're actually Jess from Jess and the Bandits.
Jess, so here, cheers.
Cheers. From London to Texas.
Mm-hmm, for now.
And you'll be on this side of the pond in just a couple weeks.
By the time everyone hears this, I'm going to be cheersing you in person.
That I can't wait for.
Yeah, me neither.
It's been long overdue.
Yeah.
Jess is actually a good friend of mine. So this podcast this week is actually quite natural. And I can't wait for all of you to be introduced to her if you haven't heard of her already or seen her somewhere, whether it's TV, radio. You get around.
Only in the most sensitive ways.
So if you were to introduce yourself, Jess, as someone who's never heard of you before, how would you do that?
I would say, hi, my name is Jess. We've never met before. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I would tell someone about my music. That's all about me, pretty much. I'm a singer, songwriter. I'm based in Texas, but my band is Jess and the Bandits, and we've always been international. So my bandits have always been British, and been back and forth to the UK for the last 15 years or something.
I think I read online, it said Jess and the Bandits were formed in 2012. Was that right?
I think it ended up being more officially in 2013 or 2014, but we started working together. I was still Jessica Clemmons at the time when I toured with Boyzone.
Yeah.
And for them, I was still just Jessica Clemmons. and so been Jess and the Bandits since I guess officially 2014. And I'm also a mom.
You're a mom?
Of two. I have a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, Asher and River, and they're crazy.
Energetic is the word.
Energetic and full of energy. They never stop. They love to sing. So my little bandits, and I'm married. My husband's a photographer, and
Nice.
I lead a very exciting life where I never actually look like this on a daily basis.
I can vouch for that, actually.
Yes, you can. Yeah, I normally look like someone else, so we call me. Yeah. When I look like this, Kev calls me Jeff.
Jeff and the Bandits.
Yes, yeah. It's appropriate.
It is. It works.
I look like one of those TikTok, Snapchat filters. Weird.
It's like kind of like Superman. You like run into a bathroom somewhere and do a little spin, and you come out, and you're Jess.
Man, if it only worked out that easy.
I remember actually on your Christmas tour, I think there's a video somewhere. We're tucked away in a corner somewhere and you're trying to do your makeup and I'm straightening your hair at the same time. And sound check is about to happen and it's all kind of chaos.
Yeah. That's pretty much life. It's chaos. Beautiful chaos.
It is. You wouldn't have it any other way.
No, not at all.
So let's hear, you're coming over to the UK. You're going to be here, actually, technically, to people listening to this, you are here.
I am here.
You're here. And you would have just played your first festival. And tell us what your plans are for August.
Well, probably a fair amount of this. And listen, this is like a vacation for me. Work and singing and not being like, mom 24/7, although you always are. But, going to do festivals. I've got a festival called Wayfest on the 17th.
Yep.
And then I've got the Big Feastable on the 26th. Yep, on the 26th. And so I'm really excited about those and going to be doing some content. I've got new music that I'm planning to be putting out early next year. And so while I'm over there, going to try to make use of the time and do some social media content. And also we're possibly going to be doing some like private type living room sessions and things like that for people. So yeah.
That sounds fun. Yeah. Have you done that before?
I did back in like 2011, 2012, 2010. Who even knows anymore? Back in the day, I did a living tour. And this was back when I had released my second album as Jessica Clemmons. And I went on a living room tour and we did it kind of as a competition. And we went all over from Scotland on down and it was amazing. I mean, people had...
I guess it's like a house party.
It rolls all over the cake and all the British things. And invited our friends and we brought our merch and our guitar player and played like a 2-hour set and then hung out with them afterwards.
Yeah, that sounds great.
It's a lot of fun. So we're going to do something similar to that.
Cool. It's much more personable, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, and I think anyone that knows me and knows Jess and the Bandits, and a lot of my fans have been following me for a really long time. So they've become, it's a more of a friendship, even though like I don't talk to them on a daily basis. There's that closeness in a sense that when I see them at a gig or whatever, there's instantly like hugs and how have you been? How is your family? And all these things. And so it's nice to actually be able to do that.
Yeah. And I actually witnessed that firsthand at Country to Country this year here at the O2. You did 3 shows and we did meet and greets. And those meet and greets, there was fans that had your original copies of music from way back when.
And all of my hair was blonde.
Exactly.
I was like, oh, you've got that album.
That was really cool because there was a lot of fans who've been following you and they've said that. I've been
Yeah.
following you since day one, and they were still there in the queue, waiting in line for that selfie with you. And
And you kind of grow up
yeah,
in this industry, which is kind of cool.
yeah. So that's really interesting. So you're doing the festivals. You're saying new music. Is that a new album?
That is the plan.
Ooh, tell us about that.
I have an entire album, a collection of songs from songs that I've written to songs that have been, I guess, given to me. That I'm at the point in my career, I've proven myself to be a songwriter.
Yep.
It's a difficult thing when you're like a singer and you don't play the guitar, you don't do those things, for people to take you seriously as a songwriter as well. And so I had to spend a lot of years kind of helping people to see, no, I'm not just a singer, I'm a songwriter as well. And so I've spent a long time doing that, to the point to where I feel confident and I can write music. I can write songs. So now I'm excited that I've actually taken the pressure off me a little bit this time.
Okay.
And I've written, but also some of the writers that I've worked with, everybody from like Emily Shackleton, who Emily has written with me on a lot. She helped me write The Bullet, Nitty Gritty, Here's to Us, quite a few of the songs,
Sure.
the last few couple of albums. But she's super known now for Carly Pierce.
Okay.
Every Little Thing, all of Carly's big songs right now are Emily's.
Nice.
So she's a co-writer on those. So it's nice to actually be able to do that and record songs that maybe I didn't necessarily write, but the minute that I hear them, I'm like, this was written for me.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I'm really excited about that, because I feel like between that and the songs that I've written, bringing in my own stories, I feel like this is probably the strongest collection of body of work I think I've ever had.
That's exciting.
Yeah, I'm really, really excited about that. I did do 2 of the songs at Country to Country.
And I love them. And the audience loved them as well.
Yeah. God Did Good is one of the songs, and that is a co-write from Jeff Cohen, who a lot of people in the country scene, in the UK especially, they all know who Jeff is. Jeff Cohen and Christian Bush of
Yep.
Sugarland.
Yep.
That is their song. So I'm getting to do that, which is a big deal.
And I got to watch you perform that song for the first time in front of an audience with Jeff.
Yeah, with Scott. He was there. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. So that was really cool. And he was over the moon. So we can't wait to hear it on an album.
Yeah. And then another one called Don't Matter to Love. I'll be doing those 2 live at the festivals.
I love that one.
I'm so excited about this album. So fingers crossed, everything goes according to plan and I get to actually make it and everyone can hear it.
So talking about that, you're doing a whole new move with this new album, with a crowdfunding project. So tell us all about that.
Gosh. So I am putting myself out there, like, to try to, I guess, involve my fans and involve people that believe in me to help me fund this record. You know, you and I both know, like, major labels, they do not invest anymore in smaller artists or anything like that. You do all the work, you invest all the money, and then they'll swoop in at some point and then they'll pick you up. And then, of course, you have to sign your life away. And then if there's not smaller labels to invest either. And so the whole process of making music has changed a lot. And for me, I had investors that helped me make the previous albums, but life has changed, things have changed. And so now I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do what a lot of people do, and I'm gonna do a crowdfunder, but I'm gonna make this really interesting and fun. And it's not gonna be just your typical GoFundMe sort of thing where you just ask people for money. This is gonna be I want people to I want them to get something.
Sure.
Than just the album once it's done. So we have everything from, of course, the album where you can donate a certain amount and get the album, t-shirts, shout outs on social media. We even have an option to where you can get a songwriting session with me.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, I'm excited about that one. Because you also never know what kind of hidden talent people have.
That's right.
And so I may even work on seeing if I could bring in another writer that maybe one of my people that I like to write with. So it might end up being a big deal session.
Yeah.
With doing, all sorts of stuff. We even have where you can be an executive producer on the album.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah. So you can legit be put down as an executive producer.
Very nice.
Pretty cool. And then the cool thing about the way that we're doing it is if you want to be an executive producer and you go for that's the big one, you get every single thing underneath it.
Right. Wow. So there's it's like package deals.
Yeah. You get the songwriting session. You get I'm going to be doing custom burned hats.
Nice.
Yeah, like the ones that I wear on stage. So I'll be doing that. And yeah. So
very cool.
I'm excited about it because I really also feel like this is going to be just another way of connecting with my fans as well.
Definitely. And when does this launch?
It is launching. Well, by the time everyone hears this, it is already launched. It will have just launched for only a week. So to the public. So it's only been out a week officially. And so, yeah. And then a few more weeks. So it's, crowdfunding sort of things. It's very quick. And
where can people access this?
They can actually go to all of my social media. I've got all of the links. We're using Indiegogo.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys know that over in the UK, but Indiegogo is pretty big artist crowdfunding. So yeah, I'm going to have all the links on jessandthebandits.com. And then of course, all the social media link trees and everything.
That's great. I'll make sure that I post that on all my socials.
Yeah. And if you want a songwriting session,
I could write a really sad country song. I'm sure I probably have on one of my Prosecco nights.
Yeah, I'm sure we've probably both done that. If we search our phone enough of videos, we could write an entire album.
We totally could. I found some pretty funny videos of us actually recently, which I'll have to share with you, not on socials.
Let's not do that. Oh, everything.
Yeah, exactly. We have to keep some sort of privacy for you. Yeah. So you mentioned Boyzone. So tell me what that was like on tour with Boyzone.
That was really cool because, I don't know. Did you know who Boyzone was? Were you in Canada?
I was in Canada at the time. I probably would know if I heard a hit in Canada. Obviously, when I moved over here, I realized it was a thing.
Yeah. I think the biggest, the only person Americans really knew from Boyzone was Ronan Keating.
Of course, yeah.
Because I think he covered some country songs and stuff.
Yeah.
When you say, I don't even know.
Yeah, when you say nothing at all, I think. Yeah.
Okay. So, so when it came up to do the tour, I was actually in Washington State in Seattle doing a photo shoot there. And I got word that I was selected because that's, it's how it works. You put in your name and you hope for the best. So I was selected to do their arena tour. It was 27 dates. And I mean, I didn't necessarily know who Boyzone was. I just knew that they were first of all, I knew they were. I already had looked at their pictures and I was like, single. And I was like, okay. And So yeah, but I knew like the equivalent would have been kind of New Kids on the Block. And I
I
just
knew you were going to say that.
asked myself, should I have gone with like Backstreet Boys?
I was thinking Backstreet Boys, but New Kids on the Block is just as cool.
Yeah, yeah, they are. They are. They are.
It just says
So,
our age more, that's all.
right. So it was like the equivalent of something
Sure.
like that. The fact that they could do an arena tour. So it was so amazing. I was the only support, and I went out there every night for 27 dates at what was like almost a full arena. Cause I guess I was surprised that so many people got there early
Right.
to, but there were, I mean, to see the support because they didn't know who I was. But that's the cool thing too, is I have so many fans that have followed me since Boyzone. And that was incredible. And I had just started doing like getting back to my roots, doing country music. I had my What If EP, and one of my
I love that.
Yeah. One of my memories is I was singing What If, and it's like a big, I need to bring this song back.
I love that song.
Too. It is a big Carrie Underwood style ballad.
Definitely.
I was singing that, and almost every night people had out their cell phones, and it was a dream. It was so incredible. And I was like, yep, this is what I want to do forever, as if I didn't already know that. But yeah, I was like, so it was definitely one of the highlights of my life. And at that point, and I got to meet the band, the guys, Ronan Keating and all the others, and they are as attractive in person.
Have you kept in touch with any of them?
You know, for a while I did. On social media, I noticed like they would like a lot of the stuff, and then I think just time and life and all that stuff. And
Sure.
so probably not as much, but I could probably reach out to one or two of them, and I'm sure they'd respond.
Maybe there could be a Jessica Clemmons and Boyzone reunion.
That, Jim.
You never know.
Actually, you don't.
That's right. That's right.
See what we can do. Let's you want to be my people?
I'll be your people.
Okay. So call their people and see what you can do.
Okay. I'll get right on that. There's actually one of my favorite tour stories is when you were on tour at Boyzone, and you probably hate this story, but I love this story. I think it was Boyzone actually. When you had your misfortune on stage.
Oh, when I
Yeah.
That was not Boyzone, thank God. But that was with, oh my gosh, who was that with? I think it was with the Stylistics. So, you know, who are I'm trying to think of one of the songs that, you make me feel brand new. I think that's Stylistics.
Okay.
Anyway, you're like, I don't know.
We'll get messages. People will tell us if we're right or wrong.
Yes. But I believe that was the Stylistics. And yes, you want me to tell the story?
Yeah, I want to hear it. I think the listeners want to hear this.
Listen, back in the day, I was like 20 something. How long ago was that? 5 years ago. I was 20 something. I used to wear really, really high heels and really uncomfortable dresses. And these heels that I wore, they were like Kurt Geiger shoes. So they weren't cheap. They were like that high. I was out on stage at this point in like my life. I was doing a lot of like running and all this stuff. Have you ever had shin splints?
I have. Not fun.
No. It's also not fun when you start feeling shin splints about like 15 minutes into your set, but you've only got about a 17-minute set.
And you look fabulous.
Yeah. I looked great. I even looked good falling down because basically it was the end. I was like holding on to the mic stand as if that was going to hold me, but I was holding on to the mic stand. I don't know why I didn't kick my shoes off, but you know, I didn't. And I was like, I can make it. I can make it. All I have to do is finish the song, walk off the stage. there it is. There's the end of the stage. I take one step, one ankle rolls. The crowd went, I took the other step, the other ankle rolled. Crowd is like, and then I went, fell, just completely. You could hear a pin drop in the room. Nobody laughed, so that's nice. But so I was like, oh my gosh, I just fell in front of like 4,000 people in this theater, completely flat on like my face. I rolled around, sat up on my butt, got my shoes, and I went, and this is how you make an exit. And then stood up and like walked off and then like cried for 20 minutes. But that was the most I had ever sold in merch. I was like, I'll take your pity money.
Now you know what you have to do. Your people will be like, look, Jess, we need to like step things up.
That it was funny because after that, the person I was working with at the time, he was like, okay, I think we're going to have to make this a part of every single set because you just sold a ton of merch. And I was like, no.
No, not going to happen.
I rolled my ankles bad. I had to go to to have x-rays the next day. And they were like, you strained your ankles, no more heels. And so I had to wear these terrible flats the rest of the time. And I've never worn a pair of heels since. I was like, and no, never again.
Lesson learned.
Lesson learned. That's why I'm wearing cowboy boots.
That's very smart.
Yes. Why do we do that to ourselves?
I was just going through the Google, as you do, before our podcast, and I was just making a list of awards that you've won. Can you name them?
Stay with us. We'll be right back. Join us each week on the Well Beyond Medicine podcast as we explore the 80% of child health impacts that occur outside the doctor's office. Listen and subscribe at nemourswellbeyond.org, where you'll hear pediatric experts, researchers, and policymakers from around the world discussing ways they are revolutionizing children's health. I'm your host, Carol Vassar. Let's go.
Let's go. Well beyond medicine.
Of course. I mean, I've won a few BCMA awards, the British Country Music Awards.
Yep. So that's what I was looking at. So Video of the Year, Entertainer of the Year, which I actually remember because I was your date that night.
Sure.
Group of the Year, and Female Vocalist, was that right? Or Female Entertainer, whatever they called it.
Like that, yeah. I think someone else won that. Yeah.
Yeah. You have a list of awards behind Jess and the Bandits.
Yeah. Jess and the Bandits we've done well. Our first album immediately debuted at number 6 in the official UK country charts, which is that's huge.
That is huge.
iTunes is great, but it fluctuates all the time.
Definitely. I read that Smoke and Mirrors debuted at number 1 on the UK country charts.
Yeah, on the iTunes.
That was on the Google.
On the Google, yes. Yeah, the iTunes UK country chart, it was number 1 for a while. So that was good.
Yep.
And like I said, the first album, Here We Go Again, in the official UK country charts, number 6 to debut, which...
massive.
I mean, it was huge because that was the same year that the Shires released theirs.
Right.
So we were on the chart together. So that was pretty incredible because they had a major label behind them.
Of course.
So it was really cool to be sharing that space with them as an indie artist.
That's great. Yeah. Wow. So there's high hopes for this next album.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, honestly, I think because I've been, I'm not going to say out of the scene, but there's been a bit of a hiatus. I mean, obviously having Asher back in 2019 and then this whole global pandemic thing. Yeah. I don't know. We don't talk about it.
It kind of got in the way and we lost those 2 years.
Yeah, those 2 years. But I mean, so many people have had to rebuild because it essentially killed careers. I mean, even not even just the music industry. It took people's restaurants and all, anything that people were doing. It could have completely killed their career.
It wasn't even just small businesses. It was massive businesses have gone under.
Huge. And so I essentially am having to kind of start over in a way. And in one sense, it is really annoying. All of these years of really, really hard work. And I had all this momentum.
Definitely.
For 2019, because I was supposed to come back in 2020 and I was headlining festivals and all these things. And then, of course, all the festivals got canceled.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was just this 2 years of just nothing. And then I, had another baby because what are you going to do? I was like, okay, well, we'll have a baby. And so I had another baby. And so now it's kind of cool because now I'm getting to introduce myself to a whole new group of fans, which is incredible.
It is. Yeah.
There can be growth, a natural growth. And it's pretty cool to be able to see that.
Yeah. That's really cool. And with the new album, who knows what's going to happen? Could be
world domination.
Exactly. Here you go. Girl power.
That's right. Who knows? I mean, that's the thing with this industry, but with life in general, you just don't know what's going to happen. And I've gotten to that point in my life to where we don't know what tomorrow holds.
No.
I mean, just take each day as it comes and just see what happens. And if it does well and I get to make this album and all that stuff, I think it's going to do something great. I just have a gut feeling, and I've learned over the years to trust my gut feelings.
Always trust your gut.
Trust your gut. Yes. I tell that to everybody. It's like I spent 10 years not trusting my gut and just going over feelings.
Sure.
Instead of chasing a feeling. I could have saved myself so much heartache.
But then you've got some good stuff to write about.
This is true.
It all pays in the end.
I know. Well, and I'm doing my the good, the bad, and the ugly of the music industry.
Yes, I was going to ask you about that. So explain how that's going.
Okay,
and what it is.
Okay. Well, basically, I'm wanting to just pull down the curtain and let people in to see all the good, the bad, and the ugly of the music industry. And because I think there's a lot of things that as artists, we try not to let people see, and we try to smoke and mirrors, make everything seem very flashy and glamorous and lots of money and all these things. But in reality, for a lot of artists, that is just not the case. We just put up this facade of looking a certain way and doing things a certain way in the hopes that we can fit in.
Sure.
And I'm wanting to just, totally show the truth. And also what happens to a lot of artists. I mean, my first episode I did, and they're like, say episode, but they're just random little social media, on Instagram, it's 90-minute clips. On TikTok, I can do
90 second.
Oh, 90 seconds.
It's a feature film.
Just a short 90-minute clip. That's hilarious. Yeah. A 90-second clip. People are like, oh, I'm not watching that. I just talked for 90 minutes. But yeah, and I talked about my producer at the time, who basically ended up being super shady and stole all of my money and ended up investing my money in himself and on another artist, and leaving me to think that I was going to be this big superstar and all these things only just to get money.
Right.
So And that happens to so many people in this industry, but no one talks about it because they're afraid to talk about it because
That's right.
Small industry. So you have to be careful not to get blacklisted or anything like that.
Of course.
So, and then I'll talk also about the Bandits. And, we've had some changes. We had our original Bandits and we've had other Bandits, and now it's like rotating Bandits.
Sure.
And so talking about those things. And then, it's just going to be this just a social media thing where I just go on and I talk about what people want to hear about. And so people have been sending in questions, and it's pretty fun. I actually really enjoyed doing it so far.
I've noticed that a lot of people there's a lot of interest in it, and people are talking about it. And I think that's a great thing because that's what you want. You want people to recognize it.
Yeah. Well, and it's nice because then it really gives people a glimpse into what independent artists, but even major people on major labels, they kind of get, scrutinized a little bit because it's like, oh, well, you're on a major label, so you get everything. But even they struggle, with a lot of these things as well.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to move on to is a few little quick fire questions.
All right.
Ready?
I think so.
Take a big sip.
Fire.
Alrighty. Favorite tour story?
Favorite tour story? It's probably when I fell on stage. I love
Interesting, because the next question is your worst tour story.
No, my worst tour story is probably when I was a support act. I think it was for the Overtones, and it was theaters, and I was in the world's smallest dressing rooms because they needed lots of dressing rooms.
Sure.
In a broom closet with like a tiny little mirror and like one light. And I walk in there, there's like my name is on the door, and I was like, and I open up and there's like a broom and a chair. I was like, oh, thanks. So that was the glamour of it all.
It is very glamorous, isn't it? Your favorite song at the moment?
That is tough.
I know. That's why I ask.
I mean, it's mainly because I listen to artists like this one really popular artist called Danny Go. He's my kid's favorite. And Moose songs. There's this one song called Happy Moon. Happy Moon. Listen, that is the reality. But no, who I'm loving right now is Alexandra Kay.
Yes. Love her.
Met her.
We met her at C2C.
And she has a song called I Hate Airplanes.
Yes.
I love it so much. I love everything she does. She is going to be huge. Like, it's going to happen. She's going to be huge. But I love that song.
Cool. Favorite country to travel to?
Well, actually, Greece.
Greece.
I love the UK, obviously, but I work in the UK.
Exactly.
Every time I've gone to Greece, it's been for pleasure and vacay.
Nice. Greece. Favorite place to relax?
Greece. So, needless to say, I haven't relaxed in a long time.
Favorite song of your own? Actually, let's say favorite song of your own to perform.
Ooh. That's hard because there's so many different reasons why you like to perform a song. Okay. I think the first one that comes to mind is Nitty Gritty.
Okay.
Because everybody sings along to that one. And that's like the ultimate for an artist is to where I could stop singing and everyone else would be singing.
Sure. Good answer. And great song. Your dream concert venue?
I have two. I have the Toyota Center in Houston.
Okay.
It's like it holds 30,000 people. And that would be incredible to be able to sell out my hometown.
Yes.
Also, the Royal Albert Hall.
Ooh,
There's quite a few people that have been able to perform there, but I haven't been able to yet, and that is like on my list of bucket list.
good
Yeah.
venue. Good venue. Your favorite songwriter?
Mm. I mean, that I've worked with, or just in general?
In general.
Well, then I'm gonna have to go with Dolly Parton,
Ooh.
because I Will Always Love You. I mean, come on.
Exactly.
9 to 5, everything. Yeah. Dolly Parton, hands down.
Great. Your favorite album of all time?
Gosh, that's really hard. Okay, listen. I love Celine Dion.
I knew you were going to say that.
I love Celine Dion. And I think what was the album that had The Power of Love on it, and Think Twice, and all those songs? That album. It's The Color of My Love.
The Color of My Love.
I think that's if I'm right, that's going to be impressive.
I'm going to Google this right now while we're speaking, because so Celine Dion. Is it The Power of Love? No.
The Power of Love is on the album. The Power of Love.
Okay,
pretty.
the Google is about to tell me what's happening.
On the Google.
The Color of My Love.
Look at that. My brain still works. That album, I just remember feeling like something different towards music when I listened to that. And I would lock myself in one of my parents' vehicles and sing every song, and trying to like stretch my range so that I could one day be like Celine Dion.
And here you are.
Here I am. Not like Celine Dion, like me.
Exactly. Jess and the Bandits. It will be over Caesar's Palace one day.
Oh, yeah. See that?
Okay, so if you could have a dinner party with 4 celebrities, who would they be?
Okay. Let's see. Michael Bublé.
Okay, so there's a Canadian theme here.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Okay, Michael Bublé, because he's hilarious, and I think he would be a lot of fun. Reba McEntire.
Oh my God.
Because she's Reba.
Of course.
You said 4?
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, this is hard. Alive or Dead?
Alive or dead? Preferably alive, because they wouldn't.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, I was going to say Amy Winehouse, but I mean, that could be cool, but let's not worry about her. Okay.
It'd be a bit awkward as well. She wouldn't really fit in with Reba.
Make it really interesting. Okay. So Reba, Michael, why don't we have in Jason Aldean?
Ooh.
There's also like I like him because he's got opinions and he speaks his mind, and I just think that could be like crazy. Get everybody, and then one more. LL Cool J.
Ooh, that would be a dinner party.
Why not? The most random dinner party ever. LL Cool J, Jason Aldean, Reba, and Michael Bublé. And then after it was over, we would all drunkenly record a song.
Now that would be something.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were going to say after it was over, you'd come to my house.
Well, you'd be there. Already be there.
That would be some dinner party.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Let's get out invitations and see what happens.
Let's do that, actually.
That would be so funny.
What would you serve?
Probably Tex-Mex.
Ooh.
Margaritas.
Con queso.
Oh, yeah. Velveeta. Mm-hmm.
I like it. Well, this has been delightful, Jess.
Oh,
Jessica Clemmons.
Jessica Clemmons. Yes, Jess.
It has been delightful, and I cannot wait to see you. When this comes out, we'll probably be together, and we can listen to it together and have a drink together and catch up.
Yes.
And
off of Red Audio, because nobody needs to see all that.
and we'll toast to all the exciting things that are coming your way. And we will post the crowdfunding and your tour dates, and everybody can see you on the road, and they can actually come and see me because I'm going to be with you.
That's right. Yeah. And
So
this podcast is amazing. I'm so excited for you. So y'all stay tuned to Kevjet.
Kevjet.